Hello, Mousers! Since there's been a cabinet reshuffle, I thought that I would shuffle in and take over the intro of today's video. Yay! So, what has been going on? Well, of course there has been the cabinet shuffle, but I was having a look at it and it looks much of a muchness, so I'm getting a bit bored, and I'm going to let the video go back over to Zoe. Bye bye! Hello Mouses, and thank you very much to the monster for stepping in and doing today's intro. He's correct in that the cabinet reshuffle is pretty much of a muchness. The main players haven't changed. Junior ministers have shifted about, a few have come in. One new person has gone into the cabinet, but he's a Lib Dem and he's gone to Scotland, so he's not one of the central group. It's not the main three, of course, they're not changing, and Deputy Prime Minister's not changing, Prime Minister's not changing. The cabinet is pretty much the same. So it's business as usual to a certain extent, because as all of the newspapers and political commentators are saying, David Cameron, the Prime Minister, doesn't like to change cabinet members. He doesn't like to do a reshuffle unless it's absolutely necessary. So there are pretty much all of the main players still in place, doing the same things they were doing before, because he likes continuity, he likes the stability that a continuous group of people doing the same job day in day out actually provides. And to be honest with you, I can't see that being a problem for the moment. It's worked so far, let's keep it going and see how it goes. I have no problem with that. The Labour Party have done their reshuffle as well, and to be honest with you, that's pretty much the death knell for the Labour Party in terms of being able to be electable. They've kicked out, all of the Blairites, so they've got rid of the middle ground and moved very, very firmly toward the left. And the only reason I can see this being a political strategy is because when they had a lot of middle people, their party was pretty much centre-left. Well, the government is central, the Conservatives are definite centre-right, the Liberal Democrats are definite centre-centre, and the Labour Party were definite centre-left. So it really did feed into the idea that there was nothing really between the parties. So now Miliband is saying, well, no, we're actually going to be different. They can take the centre ground, we're going to the left. We are very different. You have a choice. I don't think it's a choice that people actually want, but it is a choice. Plus, he's really being pushed to the left anyway because of all of the unions. And yes, I am motioning with my right hand, but from the video's point of view, that's the left. So, hey, I've got directional skills. So, moving away from the cabinet reshuffle, which is pretty much of a muchness, it's very little going on, we're going to talk about Russia. They've got a transgendered person who's going to run for president. That's not going to work out very well. I really don't see this working out. They might get a couple of votes, they might get some media attention for the cause of LGBT people in Russia. And I think that is really what she is going for. But if we got the first Russian trans president, that would be quite something. I don't think it's going to happen. It will happen eventually. At some point, being trans will not be an issue, and there will be a trans president of Russia. But at the moment, I don't think that's going to happen. But good luck to her anyway. Now, sticking with the trans theme, we have a university in America that is a very Christian-oriented place, and it has decided that a trans woman who was attending that university may no longer attend the university. She has been banned from the ground, she's been banned from the university because she's transgendered, and they've decided that means she was fraudulent on her application. Well, they're wrong. The issue here is that they've decided that she fraudulently informed them of her gender and was misleading as to her purpose. But this is complete nonsense. What's actually happened is a bunch of bigots have found they have a tranny in their university and they don't like it. Because the thing is, you can't just claim someone is being fraudulent because you don't like the fact that they are slightly different to you. Being transgendered is not the same as being fraudulent. Fraud requires two key things that weren't present in this person having applied for university. One, fraud requires dishonesty. She wasn't dishonest. They're saying, oh, you were dishonest because you put down your sex as female. She's transgendered. She's a male to female transgendered person. She is female. She can write female in that box because that is perfectly allowed. And two, the person committing fraud has to be knowledgeable that what they are saying, the representation that they are making, is dishonest. Well, she's trans. They're claiming that she's put down the wrong sex on a form. She's trans. She hasn't been dishonest. She has no knowledge of her representation being dishonest because trans people are the gender that they represent as. So, her representation is not dishonest. Her representation is not fraud. Her representation is not false. She is what she says she is. Therefore, both of the requirements for the mens rea of fraud are not proven. You can't have fraud if the mens rea is not proven. You need mens rea and actus reus for this criminal offence. You haven't got the mens rea, you haven't got the criminal offence. You can't prove it, you will lose in court. So, I am hoping that the lawyers that have already approached this woman and said they will represent her in court, I hope that she takes them up on their offer and sues this university. The university in question, by the way, is the California Baptist University. So, yeah, it's a religious group, basically. Always going to be a problem when people believe that a magical being that lives in the sky is telling them that they can be bigoted towards someone else. I have no problem with religion. I really shouldn't be able to have a problem with religion. I am religious myself. I know in the past I have been quite anti-theist, but people can change. I'm a demonstration that people can change. And I hope that this university and the dean and other people that are involved in this case do actually see that they are wrong and see the light and can actually repent and come over to the side of decency. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I do hope that it does happen at some point. Okay, that's the political and legal stuff over with. There's only one thing else that I want to really talk about today, and that is this thing that's come up on BuzzFeed about words that are misused or just plain made up. It's a list of words that really annoy people, but what I was amazed at from this list isn't that these words are on there, because, yeah, sure, they cause annoyance, and some of them are just plain wrong because they're mishearings and misuses of words. So what I was amazed at, though, is that thunk is not on this list. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, and in all literature that I've read, the past tense of the verb to think is thought, not thunk. For example, I thought, you thought, he, she, it thought. They thought. What's so hard about that? It's not I thunk, you thunk. Thunk is a sound that created by something hitting something else which is hollow. For example, you have a drum and something drops on it. Thunk. That's what thunk is. Not the past tense of the verb to think. Past tense of think is thought. Yes, it's a longer word. Yes, it's a bit annoying. Yes, it gets you more points at Scrabble. What's so hard about it? I just don't get it. So, thunk should have been on that list at number 1 because it is very, very annoying. Okay, rant over with. So, thank you very much for watching. That's really all I've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, remember to click a like button, share it with your friends so that they can see what's been going on in the world as well. And do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching The Knobman Show, and I'll see you tomorrow.